everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Kristen, this is my booktube, and in this week's video we are going to be doing a book shopping / book haul. I am currently at my favorite used bookstore in Denton, Recycled Books. I have just parked and I'm getting ready to head inside and see what kind of stock they have. I haven't been here in a long time, probably since the last time I made one of these videos. Felt like we were probably overdue for a visit. I haven't really bought many books for myself recently. I've been gifted some books. I've also still been getting my book of the month books. So that's the extent of the book shopping that I have done in recent months. And I think it is about time to patronize one of my favorite local businesses once again. And I decided to take you guys with me. Now, you may have noticed that last week's video was a bit different. It was a paint with me video full of time lapses and things like that. And that was mostly because one of our dogs had surgery last week. So I was preoccupied with that over the last week. Didn't really have the time or the mental power to be able to come up with, film, edit, upload another video for you guys other than that one last week. I did listen to some pretty good audiobooks while I was working on that painting, and I'm sure I will be talking about some of them in my September wrap up at the end of the month. So this week we are kind of in a similar boat. Our dog is doing well. He's moving around good. He's got energy. He is seemingly happy and comfortable, so that's good, but we still just got to keep an eye on him because he has a bunch of stitches and we need to make sure that he's not like messing with them or our other dog's not messing with them, all of that stuff. So I figured the best course of action to make sure that I am still able to put up a video this week on my channel is to do a book shopping video. As per usual, when I go to Recycled Books, I don't have any particular books in mind that I'm looking for. I just look around, see what kind of stock they have, what kind of prices they're going for, and then just make my decisions on the fly. So yeah, we may also look at some vinyl. I haven't looked at any vinyl here in a long time either, so let's go do some perusing. be what the lighting is like, because I don't have the mental capacity nor the physical ability to make the lighting any better than this. So this is what we're gonna go with. Hello again, everyone. It is a couple days later. I ended up buying 9 books and 2 t-shirts from Recycled Books, and I only spent $80 in total. I think for the books alone, that is a steal, but I also got 2 t-shirts, so even better, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and start with the t-shirts because I am currently wearing one. Like I said before going in, it has been a while since I've been to Recycled Books, and as soon as you walk into the store, the first thing that you see are all of the t-shirts and merch that they have available. I have several different t-shirts from Recycled Books that you probably have seen me wear multiple times. I wear them a lot. I love supporting a local business. I go there as often as I can financially justify. So since I hadn't been in a while, they had a few new t-shirts that I had not seen. And the first one that I saw and I absolutely loved the design of is the one that I'm currently wearing. It has the Recycled Bookstore on the front with these pretty palm trees. It gives kind of like a LA, California kind of vibe, in my opinion. There are not palm trees next to Recycled Books. There are not palm trees pretty much anywhere in Denton. It is a very iconic and recognizable building in Denton. And I just thought it was really pretty with like the sunset gradient kind of background. They did have other t-shirt colors that you could get with this same design on it, but I just really liked the light purple with the pinks and purples that are going on the building, in the sky, and even the palm trees are kind of like pink and purple. And it just says Recycled Books at the top in hot pink, and then can't really see it. At the bottom it says 40 years because 2023 is their 40th year in business. They opened Recycled Books in 1983 and it has been a Denton staple ever since. The other t-shirt that I got has a little bit of a backstory, so I need to kind of fill you in a little bit on the lore of Recycled Books. So for I don't even know how many years, but there was a resident dog at Recycled Books. Her name was Rosie. She was a little black chihuahua that had been rescued, and she just hung out at the bookstore. She had a nice little bed at the register, a whole little setup. It was called Rosie's Corner, and she was so sweet. She loved to be pet, and I honestly don't even know how long she was at Recycled Books. Like, I don't know how old she was when they started bringing her there, but she lived a very long life and she ended up passing away, I believe in 2021, and they have kept her memory alive by making some Rosie merch. I do believe before she passed away there were like some Rosie's Corner t-shirts and things like that, but they've kept it up and they have gotten some new Rosie merch since I had last been there. And this is the newest one, and I thought it was so cute, so I had to buy it. The picture on the front is just little Rosie looking into a little stream. The front just says, "Beware lest you lose the substance by grasping at the shadows." And then this is the back of the shirt, and I can't memorize what it all says, so I'll just read it to you. So the back just says, "One evening, Rosie found a bit of bone and was carrying it home to eat in peace. On her way, she had to cross a hollow log lying across a running brook. As she crossed, she looked down and saw her own shadow reflected in the water below. Thinking it was another Rosie with another bone, she made up her mind to have that also. So she lunged at the shadow, but as she opened her mouth, the bone dropped into the brook and vanished." And then it just says Recycled Books, Denton, Texas at the bottom, and it says Rosie's Corner at the top. I thought it was a really cute shirt. I don't own any of the Rosie shirts or any of the Rosie merch that they've had, and I really liked the message on this one. You know, don't take for granted what you have right now. Trying to reach for something else or something that you think is better. As you can tell, I got them both like really oversized because that's the kind of t-shirt that I like. Okay, so those are the only 2 merch type items that I got from Recycled Books this last time. So now it is time for what you all probably have been waiting for, and the main topic of this video and this channel: what books did I buy at Recycled? here's the stack. We got 9 books to go through. These are in no particular order. I think I just arranged them by size because they've been sitting on my nightstand for the last few days since I brought them home. I need to do some reorganizing of my bookshelf once again. I have several stacks of books that need to be put away, and I also have a lot of random junk on my bookshelf that are not books. So I need to do some rearranging, some cleaning, you know, put the stuff that is not book related somewhere other than my bookshelf so that my books can actually be on my bookshelf. What a novel concept. But yeah, you know, that just becomes the catch-all in my room when I don't know where to put something. Just put it on the bookshelf and think about it later. So yeah. These do not have a home on my bookshelf yet. There is plenty of room for them on my bookshelf. I just need to do some reorganizing, and I haven't done that yet. We're just gonna start from the top and work our way down. So the first book that I picked up was Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and I do have a couple other Maya Angelou books. Do I have my phone over here? Is it Maya Angelou or Maya Angelou? Please hold. I don't wanna mispronounce her name.
I did pronounce it as Maya Angelou, but she pronounced it herself rather as Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou.
Well, yeah, then pronounce it how she pronounces it. Why would you pronounce someone's name the way that they didn't pronounce it? Anyway, I was right in my first attempt. It's Maya Angelou. So the first book that I picked up was Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. And this is not my first Maya Angelou book. I can't remember what all ones I own. I do know that I own Letters to My Daughter. I might own Still I Rise, but I can't quite remember if I actually own that book or I've just thought about buying it before. That's the problem with book shopping for me, is I'll see a book that I know that I don't have and that I want, and I will think so much about buying it and debate on whether I should buy it or not that the next time that I see it out in public, I can't remember if I actually decided to buy it or not. So all that to say, I don't exactly know how many Maya Angelou books that I do have. I know for sure that I have at least one. I have Letters to My Daughter, and I might have Still I Rise, but jury's out on that second one. And now I also have I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, one of her most iconic works. Next up, of course, recycled books is where I get most of my Agatha Christie books. I don't know who keeps supplying them with these pocket Agatha Christie books, but I hope they keep on coming because I am building out my collection, and I have 3 new ones that I picked up this time. I have A Pocket Full of Rye, The Boomerang Clue, and The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side. I know for sure that these two, A Pocket Full of Rye and The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, are both Jane Marple mysteries. I'm not entirely sure if this is a Marple or a Poirot book. It may even be one of the other detective sleuth type characters like Tommy Tuppence, I think is another one that she has. Or just a standalone one. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really familiar with this title enough to know anything about it, but nonetheless, it was a title that I did not recognize. And so I went ahead and bought all 3 to add to my Agatha Christie collection. And I believe each of these was like $2. And the Maya Angelou one was probably like $4 to $6. I can't remember how much I paid for it, and I don't see a pencil marking on the inside. Oh, there's a review from James Baldwin on the back. I love that. The next book that I picked up at Recycled was The Aeneid by Virgil. Not super exciting for anyone, I don't think, but this is another classic book in the mythology realm that I did not own, so I went ahead and picked it up. The next book that I picked up was Fever Pitch by Nick Hornby. He also wrote High Fidelity. This book specifically was recommended to me a few years ago by a sociology professor that I had. This book has a lot to do with soccer or football, if you're English like Nick Hornby. And this is actually his memoir, and it concerns a lot about sport in English society, which the professor that recommended it to me taught a class about sports in English society that I took, and that is why he recommended it. So this has been on my TBR since like 2016. So I saw it in Recycled Books, and I've been eyeing this book for years and just haven't actually purchased it yet. So I decided it was a sign that I should finally purchase this book. So that is why I picked up Fever Pitch. Next up we have Wicked, the infamous book that inspired the musical. At least I'm pretty sure this is the book that inspired the musical. If it's not, then my whole knowledge of the musical Wicked has been based on a lie. So to my knowledge, I think that this is the book that inspired the musical, because this is the book that gave the Wicked Witch of the West her backstory that the musical was based on. So I decided that I already know quite a bit about the musical, love the musical, figured I should probably pick up the book that inspired it. Staying also kind of in the musical theater vein, the next book that I picked up was The Phantom of the Opera. This is another one of the paper mill press books that they just for some reason have a ton of in recycled. I don't know if the manufacturer like donated a bunch of them or something, but the covers of these books are just so cool. And I just really enjoy the aesthetic of a lot of them, so I decided to pick up another one because I hadn't seen Phantom of the Opera the last couple times that I had been in recycled books, and I don't know if I just didn't go down that aisle and didn't see it, if I walked right past it and didn't notice it, but decided to go ahead and pick up this one. The cover is so cool. It's like kind of metallic-y. I don't know if you can actually tell. It's the same as the Frankenstein book that I got, or Anna Karenina, and I think that there was another one that I picked up too. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's the third one. And so now I have a fourth one to add to the collection. And this is what the back looks like. I'm assuming that that's meant to be Christine, who is the main female character in Phantom of the Opera, if you are not familiar. And then just like the other paper mill press books that I already have, there is a quote pulled on the back, and it says, "You are crying. You are afraid of me, and yet I am not really wicked. Love me and you shall see. All I wanted was to be loved for myself." And that's I feel like that's a good summary of a lot of the book. Like, if you're not familiar, his main thing is that like half of his face is like messed up, and he is apparently so ugly underneath the mask that nobody wants to love him, and he has fallen in love with Christine. She is an opera performer at the opera house that he like lives under, and he falls in love with her voice and decides that he's gonna kidnap her. That's a TLDR of the basic plot of Phantom of the Opera. So the last book that I picked up at Recycled Books was The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime. This is a book that I've heard quite a bit about and I have been interested in for a couple years. So pretty much the only things I know about this book are that it has to do with autism and that it's a really good book. So I decided to pick it up, and I will have to give it a try and see what I think about it. So yeah, those are all the books and other things that I picked up at Recycled Books this time around. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along book shopping with me. I enjoyed taking you with me, as always. If you've read any of these books, leave a comment down below and tell me what you thought about them. I don't know much about pretty much any of them. The one that I know the most about is probably either Phantom of the Opera or Wicked, and that's solely from the musicals. If you hear some snoring in the background, that is my dog who has decided that it's a great time to take a nap in the middle of the living room. So apologies if you can hear that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I need to go clean off my bookshelves so that I actually have a place to put these. If you did like this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. Let me know. You should also subscribe while you're down there because I put out new videos every single Saturday around noon Central Standard Time. And on top of the book content, I do have some more crafty content coming. I've been working on some gem painting, which I've never done before, but it's a very relaxing thing to do while I listen to my audiobooks, and honestly, that's how I've gotten through so many books in September. So I think these crafty type activities like gem painting and paint by number and stuff like that are going to be instrumental in trying to catch up a little bit on my reading challenge for this year. So if you enjoy those videos, have no fear. You're going to be getting more of them throughout the next few months. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!